Sometimes they like to play games on us. This is the way it goes. The phone. They're just too dumb to operate it. That's all it is. Let's see. Okay, there we go. All right, we have here a piece of wood. And I don't know if you can tell that by the bark and the fact that it's kind of brown and stuff. But it's a piece of wood. And we're going to turn this piece of wood into some kind of interesting character. At least I'm going to tell you that's what I'm going to do with it. But I don't know if that's going to work out or not. Hey, appreciate somebody. Already got one like. All right, that's always awesome. Okay, so we're going to make a mushroom. We're going to make the creation dust mushroom and try to make it in that style with the wedge piece and see how it comes out. But it's going to be a lot smaller than what we normally would see Josh make. Just because this kind of stuff I've got a lot smaller stuff to work with. But anyhow, I think we can do it. You know, make this thing kind of fancy base. You know, a little bit of a stem, mushroom going on out there. I think it'd be pretty cute. Now, I'm used to making rails because that's what's common in my area. Let's see what we got. We got Woodchucker. What's going on, buddy? Billy Shoemate. Heck yeah, buddy. Professor Rusty. Heck yeah, we'll see you tonight. And Lori Keller. All right, glad to see you. Okay, so anyway, I'm going to go ahead and get a saw out here and see if we can't get something going. And I tried to start the saw earlier, and heck, it didn't hit. It had no gas in it. So I had to fix that. Come on, baby. There we go. Kapow. Put my air muffins on and get to it. Bolt up through there and I stripped the bolt out, so I don't know if it's going to work out or not, but you know, go figure. I'm going to try it anyway. It'll probably flop off and hit me in the foot, break my ankle, something like that. I'll get an infection and die tomorrow. All right. And that's if something happens to me and I'm dead tomorrow, be sure and send all my underwear to Professor Rusty. I think he'd like to have them. I don't know. I got the butt crack showing underwear, right? Okay. I like that guy, but I also like to mess with him. It's just gonna keep spinning. But as good fortune would have it, I have another screw. Oh, yeah, I got screw loose too. I can always borrow that one, right? But it is what it is. Hope everybody's doing pretty good today, and you haven't hit me or punched me in the eye or anything like that. We're gonna have a good time. Try to get this thing looking kind of cute, and start with that. Come back here. I'm just gonna use a 2.5-inch deck screw and run that down. Just kind of catch it, turn it in. That'll work pretty good. See how it goes. All right, hope everybody's doing pretty good. Hit the like as fast as you can. That's the biggest thing I appreciate. Let's see what we got here. 130 watching, only 12 likes. Hey, Dad, Woodchucker, LJ Woodworks, what's going on? Bar Run Forge, glad to see you guys in there. Heck yeah. Be sure and hit that like button, and I'm going to be sure and keep carving like a madman. All right. Hope everybody's doing pretty good today. We're having fun so far. Appreciate you guys being in here. Be sure and smash that like button. Okay, we'll get right on and going with it. It's starting to turn into something. This one here, I'll tell you, it goes quick. So we'll just go to the other one. Anyway, it's looking cute so far. Little guy, little mushroom. We'll name him Jim Bob, you know. Be sure to hit the like button if you haven't already. Appreciate y'all checking in. Let's see what we can get. Come on, baby. This is a moody saw right here now. I'll tell you. She's a moody. because it's only on the one side anyway. I don't know. I mean, it kind of be cool just to leave it on there. I think I'm going to do that. We'll leave it on there and see how it goes. Appreciate y'all being in here. some detail underneath here. And it shouldn't be too hard to do that. I can actually screw it down. You know, boy, I'll tell you, the purple martins are out here just flying around like crazy today. And they're so neat to watch. If you've never watched them, I didn't know what a purple martin was till 8 years ago when we moved out here where we're at. And this time of year, they start hatching, and they're just all out flying in the yard. I mean, all out here on the west side of the house. They're flying all around the yard. They pick bugs out of the grass, and they're good because they're pretty sought after because they just because they do that, they actually pick bugs. And of course, people like that. You know, nothing wrong with that, is there? All right, let's. This is kind of back, even though it'll be kind of two-sided. Let's see. That's on drill. That's on that drill. All right, there we go. I got a good bite on it now. Spin around like that. Heck yeah. Okay, where did I get that screw? There it is. But I'll show you all the martins. I mean, they're probably too small to see on the phone. They wouldn't stand out that much, but they're just acrobats. And I mean, they're out here flying around just being crazy and just having a really good time. It's just really neat to watch them. I think that bark is going to stick. And so I'm going to leave it and find out. I don't know. Okay, I just got to clean this bottom up and try to give it some kind of mushroom. loose and flip it over so I can get the other side. But I'm going to try to do it without screwing it down. because I don't really want to have a hole on this side. Even though it's kind of, sort of, two-sided, it's definitely not as nice on this side of the wedge, you know, as it is on that side. Ah, come on. There we go. All right, put that dude down. Let's see what happens. See if I can't finish that just like that. Anyway, so you got a little nice underling up there. That's not too bad. By the time you paint it, I think it'll be all right. It's kind of cute. We'll name him Bobby the Mushroom. I thought about putting a face in him. I don't know. I mean, it's just kind of an idea. Put a little face in this guy, you know. And I don't know. I don't think I'm going to do that, though. Okay, so let me see if I can't show you all the Martins, because they're pretty daggone cool. I want to see if I can show you. Let's see. They're, you know what? The way these things go, now they're not out here like they were. Now I see them, but they're not right out. Up there went one, but give it a minute, and maybe they'll come back through. Take this headphones off. Give my ears a second to cool down, man. I'll tell you what, they got hot. But yeah, they were just out here like crazy, and then I go to show you, and they quit flying. Ain't that the way life goes? Oh well, let's see what we got here. EW Woodchucker Deshi, how's it going? Glad to see you guys. Dad Creation Dust 777, best chainsaw carver in the world. Heck yeah. Let's see, I'm looking. Hey, appreciate that, Chucker. Hey John, what's going on? It's not bad, but I'll tell you, every now and then something comes out of the woods and rips your flowers up. It's awful. Anyhow, I'm looking for them. You go figure. Whenever I come out here and want to show you, then they're MIA, man. I don't know. Okay. All right. Let's see if we can't find something else to do. And as soon as I get going, I'm sure they're going to show back up. Oh, I got to plug that back in too. I'm going to have to. Yeah, I got both of them on. It's been cloudy, murky looking, cloudy, rough for 3 days now, something like that. That makes any sense? So let's see what else we can do other than make a racket. But yeah, I think come out pretty good. I'm pretty happy with it. For my first time really attempting to make, I'm going to call this the Creation Dust type mushroom. And I'm pretty happy with how that came out. So, I got this ugly raccoon back here, and I'm thinking about fixing him. And I don't know what I was thinking. You know, sometimes you just get to working on stuff and you get in a hurry and you're just like, you know, there he is, kind of gives you an idea. See that? I mean, what raccoon to have a snoz like that? I mean, he kind of looks like a raccoon fox dog thing, a kayak. I don't know, you know. What are you? Do you know? Yeah, he's all clammed up. So anyway, we're going to fix this busted up face. And, you know, it's just sometimes I get in a hurry. It's the way it goes. And actually, and ironically, I'm just thinking about that now. I heard Amy Jo say the other day, maybe that was today, I can't remember. She put out a video about how it's really hard to carve. You carve something, and then you try to carve it. You know, you try to make it the same way, and it doesn't come out the same way. And that is so true when you're, you know, fairly new at this kind of stuff. You try to make something the same way you made a couple previous, or one previous, that you really, really liked it, and it just don't come out. And you're like, man, what the heck? You know, I mean, apparently I'm done, you know. But I have that. I have this exact same thing that she was complaining about today. And I mean, even now, I kind of like found my bear head, but it's constantly changing. What do you guys think? I mean, he's already a little gray. Kind of feel bad for him. I'm gonna cut his face off, you know. But he's about to get a teetotal raccoon transformation. I'm happy with the ears. I'm happy with the pitch of the head. I could take more off, make it more pointy. I probably won't. I don't know. Let's just cut into this thing and see what happens. We're gonna name him Tupac. Tupac. No, we're not gonna name him Tupac. Some people might find that offensive. So let's name him Jose Juan Ortega. Okay. All right, that'll work. I'll go with that one. First things first. This nose is way too big. Dude, do you think I could end up being like, you know, doing surgery on the Kardashians? I mean, look at that. Look at that quality. A cutoff there, you know, to give them the new lips and stuff. I don't know. I'm just throwing that out there, you know. I mean. That first couple of girls you dated, you know what I mean, guys? That first couple of girls you dated where you get a little older, a lot older, you're thinking back and, you know, what was I thinking? Right here. Okay. Saying, yeah, you're right. That first guy I dated, you talk about what a loser. Right, ladies? Right? I'm telling you. looks way better. Sidewise, size-wise. Really shortened it up. I'm trying to get it there where you guys can see it directly. So that looks way better. That said, I'm also going to dig in here for the eyes, and we're going to give him eyes with the man-paw burr instead of these dugout eyes, which they actually weren't bad. I can't complain about them, but I can make him better, and so I'm going to do that. All right. All right, I think it's time to give this guy some new eyeballs. And he really come out pretty decent. I'm pretty happy with him all in all. Now, it's kind of hard to see. I don't know if I can draw that in or not. Yeah. Hey, how about that? Okay, yeah. Let's give this guy some eyeballs. What the heck? You know, the body-wise, he didn't look bad. He looked ridiculous. I mean, he looked like, I don't even know what he looked like. He was like a raccoon eats a coyote, something or other, meets a turtle. Heck, I don't know. Okay, all right. Let's dig in with this big man paw. Okay, that's not a big one, but it's one of the bigger ones. Yeah, I like it. Looks good. That looks really good. He looks a lot cooler now. And back him up, and I'll fix his face up a little bit, so that the nose and all that's done. Clean up the mouth a little bit with a flat disc real quick, and we'll be happy with him. I can hit him with some more gray, and we can paint him after all. I'll probably convert him a little bit first, but okay, angle brackets. Yeah, I know. I'm still wearing ear protection. I don't know. I may also put it over my nose. What do you think? What a day, what a day. Hopefully everybody's excited about seeing Dylan and Professor Rusty's show. And I think he told me he was having, I guess I can't tell you. But I'll give you a hint. It's not a he. How about that? That good enough? Might be a they, them, but it's not a he. Okay. All right. No, I don't even think that's the case either. All right. I know that's not the case either. All right. Let's see what we got. think that looks pretty good. Oh, no, that's not pretty good. We're doing some cute little nose holes real quick with a burr, and yeah, we'll be happy with it. Yeah, he looks a lot better now. So I should have done him in the first place. I didn't have the eye cutters at the time, but man, are they nice. I'll take the torch to clean him up a little bit. He'll be good. I can paint him again. Cause that wood's pretty dry. I can't complain about that. It's pretty dang on dry. Happily dry. Let's see. Got fire to his face. Takes the fire. I got a mushroom over here. He's burnt too. Little one. I haven't done anything with it yet. And we're down to one, actually, of the smaller ones. And so I got one in here that could use some finishing. Got that one? All right. Okie doke, there's that dude. So let me take him off her. And this mushroom. So I can finish it. I need to make more of the morels. I need to make more because I got some big ones. Actually, I've only got one or two big ones. I mean, so you guys seen this thing before I started, how long the nose was. Now it's about 2/3 of the same size. And then I look a lot cuter. Hello, everybody. I'm Mr. Raccoon. Okay. Set this guy over in the corner and maybe we'll paint him Saturday while we're watching Creation Desk. That's a good possibility. He gets to turn into a cute little raccoon after all. Save the day. I got another wonky bear here. And I mean, the thing is, I just figured it out since I've carved these. Look at this guy. I'm not the most attractive bear. I kind of have a pig snout. I can't help it. All right, so you feel bad for him, because his creator was an idiot, But, I mean, it's not his fault, But still, in the end, I mean, who you going to kill? He can't kill me, so I'm going to have to kill him. What do you do with my bolt? Huh. Oh, there it is. Okay. Stuck in the bottom of the thing there. Da-da-da. keep my socket. I don't know why I did that, actually. But I'm looking at the stem, and I wouldn't mind knocking that stem down some more anyway. So why don't I do that? Put that right there. It could be better. It could definitely be better. I mean, this thing's dry as dry, but... I mean, I'm looking at the burn too, or the grooves, and it's just some of it's just not that deep. And I wonder if I don't know. Let's just burn him and see what he looks like. Worst thing that happened is he looked like halfway a morel and halfway not a morel. Whatever, right? Okay, I can take them back off. It's harder, you know, I mean, you just don't think about it. You got them on, you got them on. That's the way it goes. What do you gotta say? It's a little smoky. A little smoky, not a lot. A little smoky. On top of Old Smoky. I know, something like that. And I don't think that was very good. I don't remember. Somehow I think that song was actually like a dirty song or something. I can't remember. You know, I mean, you think about stuff and then you realize you weren't thinking. Okay, how about that? Let's make this thing look like a morel now. Yeah, it's a little on the offside, wasn't it? While she's sitting here burning. Well, my guitar gently weeps. happy with that, dude. Take that thing in. I'll see you a little closer when I get it off there. Yeah. There's it go. Oh man, it looks kind of cool. Yeah, kind of sort of like a morale. Not only that, you can beat somebody with it. That's a really nice. After you considering that, anything you can hit people with is valuable. So you just never know when you're gonna have to hit somebody. If you think it outside the box, right? Okay, so I'm looking around. Other than that mushroom, I wonder if I'd try to fix this bear. So I don't even know. At some point in time back in early winter, I made this goofy looking bear, and I'm just hey, why not fix it? That's where I'm at with it. And it's not that he's horrible. He's just kind of just not very good. He's depends on who you ask. He's probably horrible to somebody. I don't think he's very nice looking at all. And that's all that really matters, is what I think. And all right. There, we're getting it. I mean, up there now. A little more. Woo! Okay. All right, I'm gonna fix this guy. And that's it. I won't have anything else that's like, I regret how it came out and I need to redo it. If I fix this one, then that's over, So, look at him. This ain't really that bad, other than I'd like to see the bottom jaw maybe be shrunk quite a bit. Did I still have coffee out here? Yeah, here we go. I'll say I need something to drink. But when you look at his head, I mean, this nose this whole thing needs to come down quite a bit. Square it off. It could have been way back here. The mouth could have been way bigger. And I don't know, the more I look at him, he's kind of cute and like he's not really that cute, but he's kind of cute kind of way, if that makes any sense. But let's see what we can do with him. Make him a little better. All saying, man, don't go around that guy. Man, I'll tell you. So, one thing I don't like is that nose sticks way out too far. I like that it's reduced down quite a bit, but you know, you can't get everything right. Try to get some of it. Let's see if I can't get this plugged in before it locks up on me, which would not shock me. There we go. All right, she's good now. But quite a big difference. I don't know how much you can really see that from there. I mean, but I'm going to give him some eyes, and I think actually I'm going to cut some of this head out and bring out some more ears on this guy. But I just like getting eyes. I think before I do that, though, I ought to cut that nose down. I'm okay with the mouth now, this part of it, but it'd make more sense to take some of this bottom jaw out, too. Put some more in it. Okay, here's the can. Yeah, once I get done with this thing, I'll be happy. Ooh, now let it fall. It ain't gonna leak or nothing. But I'm thinking seriously, other than I got this dug back in so his eyes are sitting back in, which I really like that. I think I'm gonna bring his ears out a little bit more. If you're gonna redo it, redo it. Make it look cute. I can't see why we wouldn't. Alright, there we go. Definitely enough fuel to get that done. So getting pretty low. I put the last of my straight gas in my zero turn the other day, so I'm gonna have to get some more gas this weekend. And you know how it is, this is a holiday weekend, so gas always goes up. That dude looks pretty good. Cannot complain about him. I'm going to give him some eyes. That just really completes him. And I'm going to be happy with him. He looks a lot better. He does not look nearly as silly as he did. Now, you can't really tell it in the video. That's the heck of it. But, I mean, look. He's going to look cute here in about a second. I'll show him a little closer when he's got some snot or some eyeballs. Yeah, I always make everything come to life. All right, yeah, not too bad. Clean the nose up a little bit, and I'll be happy with him. I'm just gonna give him a little sand and pull a, give him some bigger holes first. I guess really. He really don't need sanded. I mean, it's pretty daggone clean. Other than take the edges off, but I gotta do something with these holes. You know, they're too far apart, really. And then if we're gonna do something with them, okay, there we go. Making it better than I wanted it to be. Woo! That's right. Ah, this is it. Yeah, maybe a little tip. A little tip to my. All right, good. He's a little bare anyway. Not too bad. Let's burn this dude. Set him on fire. Looks a lot better now. That's for sure. That's what I was going for. Wait a minute. Oh yeah. Did I just turn that off? Yeah, I did. I'm going the wrong way with the valve. Burning good. It was real dry. I mean, I want to say it was back in December when I made this video. I don't know if that's going to happen or not. Could. It could. It could. I don't know if I'll be upset about it either. You know, it could definitely happen. So, let me take this dude off there. And use a little facial close up, even though my hands are going to get dirty. And it's burn. Alright. Hello, everybody. Of course, clean his face up and all that, but I'm just going to leave him alone for now. I can sand him later, but he definitely looks far and away better than he did before I did this. Of course, I'll sand him and take that crazy look off his face. He'd look even better. But that said, I really don't have a lot that's not done. You know, I got a lot of done stuff now. And we got 43 pieces at Appalachian Art and Craft in Rockbridge, Ohio right now. And then whatever we got at home, which is quite a bit too. And so that's the way it goes. Okay, I'm going to leave y'all alone. I'm ready to eat. I know everybody's going to be ready to watch Dellen's Handmade Woodworking with Professor Rusty and their special guest tonight. So everybody's looking forward to that. Appreciate you guys being here. Let's see what we got here. Electric Whittler looks really nice. Yeah, not too bad, man. I mean, he definitely looked better than he did. You know, by the time I sand him down, you know, sand that down and clear coat him, paint his eyes and stuff like that. He looked even better. Clean the ears out. I cleaned the ears out with the thing. But then there's our little mushroom we made. Get a little life under it. You know, probably paint it red, but it'll have to dry a week or two. Yeah, Smokey the Bear. He's probably still smoking, Kevin. Hey, Woodlot, what's going on, bud? Glad to see you. Heck yeah. And yeah, that's what we got. So we're going to catch everybody here in a little bit. And with this guy here, he's doing pretty good. Not too bad. Let's see if we can't get him wear this RZ mask and keep dust. What do you think? I think it looks pretty good. You know, not too bad, not too good. Somewhere in the middle. All right, guys, that's what we got. And don't forget, come back when you